Hi everyone, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. I want to welcome you today. We have a special guest. This is Fran Morgan. Some of you may know Fran. Fran was a co-founder of Fabric Cafe. She is also my daughter. And we've always had so much fun crafting and sewing together. I always said she grew up under my sewing machine.
Absolutely did.
And then, to top it all off, in order for me to be able to pursue my sewing passion that I had when she was little, the first sewing project that she got when she could hold a needle was the punched cards with the yarn and the needle, and you could sew. Remember those?
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. You're right. That's what I did.
And I taught her how to sew with that. And then she learned how to crochet when she was about 4. And of course, many of you know John, my son. And the fun thing about it is that that was John's hand. The fun thing was that out of my own love of sewing, I actually started teaching my children all kinds of crafts and things from the time they were little. Part of it was to keep them busy so I could do what I wanted to do.
It worked. It definitely worked.
Yeah. And the really cool thing is how awesomely creative they both are. Fran quit working with our company, gosh, it's been about 10 years ago.
It's been a little while.
You know how life is. It takes you different directions, and now she's 6 hours away, so we haven't been working together very much. But about a year ago, I started, kind of like drawing her back in, and now she's working with us more and more. And just a little sneak peek. What are you working on, Fran?
Oh my goodness, can I tell?
Well, yeah.
It's not a secret?
It's not a secret. It's a secret right now.
Okay.
But as soon as you tell them what the...
Okay, so I'm working on a book for fat quarter quilts.
So what do y'all
excited.
think?
Super excited. You're going to love it.
I've seen a couple of the first quilts, and they are really cool. They are so cool. So if you think it's a good idea, we would love to know. We've not ever done a fat quarter book, but that's what she's working on. And so far, the first 3 quilts are absolutely gorgeous.
Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Fran's going to help me hold up some quilts and things today, but I'm going to go ahead and get started telling you all about our 3-yard quilts. And if you're new to 3-yard quilts, I want to quickly review with you that we have about 100 of these little patterns like this, and we have 6 books. Every book has 8 patterns, and these are the 6 books that are in print. Every pattern is written for 3 different sizes. You can make a lap quilt with 3 yards, you can make a twin with 6 yards, and you can make a king queen with 12 yards. Now, if you've not ever worked with the 3-yard quilts, I'll tell you this: any one of my patterns will work with 3 yards. So you could say this fabric down here, you can make this over 100 different ways with just 3 1-yard cuts of fabric. You can try any of my patterns, and so that's just kind of an overview. But today we are going to concentrate on Fast and Fun. This book was introduced about a year ago, about a year and a half ago, but it's been one of our most popular ones. It has 8 different patterns. We're going to show you quilts, and we're going to show you really fun fabrics. Some of the fabric some of the quilts, oh yes, I'm supposed to be doing this now. Okay, some of the quilts that I show you today, I will not have the fabric, but I will show you substitute fabrics. Inside the book, you do get the instructions for a lap, a twin, and a king queen. The books are only $15.99, and you get all 8 patterns with 3 sizes, or you can get the book free when you buy 3 kits on Fabric Cafe. Now, we do have small patterns, and we give you the option of skipping the 3 kits and not taking a book, and instead you can pick one of the small patterns. So we will be going through that and explaining it to you as we go. Our first quilt today is going to be Brick Street. Tyler, Texas is known for its brick streets, and we have that downtown area. I used to live on one of those brick streets, and when I designed this, someone in the office said, "Oh, that looks like a brick street." So we just named that quilt right after that. These are Dragonflies, and they're beautiful quilts, a really soft color fabric, and from QT. Many of you know I love QT fabrics, Quilting Treasures. And let's show you the fabric. Okay, first of all, we have our dragonflies, and then this is the cream. Did you get the dragonflies?
Yep.
This is the cream, and this is the dot. Those are cool. These are dots of dots. What's really cool about this particular fabric is that I want to call them butterflies, the dragonflies really show up well in those big blocks. Now this is your kit number, and this is I'm trying to get used to this, sorry John. We're turning our studio around a little bit. Fast and Fun is the book, but if you do not want Fast and Fun and Brick Street, because Brick Street's only available in the book, Fast and Fun, then we recommend an alternate pattern. So instead of using the Brick Street out of Fast and Fun, you could get the dash pattern. And that is set up on our website, so you can choose either the book deal or a single pattern. So this one is called Dragonfly Delight. Now I also like to show you fabrics that we use for backing. Now whenever you order, you can select just the kit, or you can say I want to add the backing. And this would be the backing that we add to Dragonfly. I would like to point out to you that sometimes we'll run out of that, but if you're ordering pretty soon, we'll have this because we have extra. So if you want this particular backing with the dragonflies, you just let us know and we'll do that for you. All right, next we have let's show them the other Brick Street. This one, I do not have this fabric. This is Brick Street, and it's made in the black and whites. I ran out of this fabric, but what I do is I try to find something that will mimic the look, and we came up with this one. Now I've shown you this fabric before with a different pattern, but it would look great, absolutely gorgeous in that one. You would use this as your number 1 fabric. This would be your number 2 fabric, and this would be your number 3 fabric. Every one of our quilts are written with a numbered position for your fabrics. And let's put that right over here. Let me just put the quilt up here, and then I can show you. Let's put it right here. So your number 1 fabric would be in this. So you can kind of picture that. It would give you a very similar look to this. Your number 2 fabric would be your sashing, like so, and then this great polka dot would be here, polka dot stripe. And really cool thing about this is you have 1 block and you don't have to match up any stripes. So it's a cool way to use stripes. So that would be the fabric I recommend for the Brick Street. And we'll take that away. And I do have a backing I want to show you that we picked out. So this is your fabric, and this is the backing that we picked out for it. That would be really cool, continuing your grays. All right, the next quilt that we're going to show you is called City Lights. This was one of our very, very popular patterns, and again, all of these patterns are in the Fast and Fun book. So this one is called City Lights. It was very, very popular, and we have something extra special to show you with this one, and that is a twin size. So we used 2 kits, and if you order 2 kits, you can make a quilt this big. And it takes 2 of us to hold this one up. So this one, about right there. So this one is a twin size made with 2 kits. So if you want a bigger quilt, then you just order 2 of the kits, and you can do it in this size. Now, we do not have this exact fabric, but we do have some fabric that is from the same line. So when I can do that, I try to get the fabrics from the same line that gives you a similar look. So here we have Jackie's Joy, and this is from that same line of fabric. So we have the focus fabric, we have the light color, and then we have the dark. So this would be your focus fabric is 1, your light is number 2, and your dark is number 3. Now if you look at this, you can see that this is definitely similar coloration, and so that would show up very nicely in this same pattern. So that one's called City Lights, and it is available in the Fast and Fun book. If you do not want to choose the book, then we would recommend the Stepping Stones. So your book is free when you buy any 3 kits. If you just buy 1 kit, you get 1 pattern. But the City Lights, as we showed you, is only available in Fast and Fun. All right, the next one we're going to show you is, oh wait, let's show this one. Okay, this one is a new fabric that we got and made up a quilt. And this one is the City Lights. Just like the purple one that we were just showing you, this one is made with the City Lights pattern as well. And I do have that fabric. So isn't that gorgeous? And this is a really pretty Robert Kaufman. They do a lot of these gorgeous flowers, very intricate and detailed flowers, just gorgeous. And then these are fabric 1, 2, and 3. And we have picked out a backing for that as well. And it has this kind of a cream color that coordinates with a little blue squiggle on it. That would be a very pretty backing for that. Now, the pattern for City Lights, again, is only available in Fast and Fun. But if you want to just get a pattern, then we recommend that you use the Sew Quick. Now remember, any 3 yards will work with any one of my patterns, so you can look through the patterns and pick out any pattern you want and just write it in the comments section of your order form. So this one is Beautiful Blooms out of the City Lights.
And Marge Hicks has been busy. She's made 5 in the last week.
Oh, wow. That's something else. If you've never made, I know we've got a lot of new people joining us, and if you've never made a 3-yard quilt, it will really surprise you at how fast they can go together. Like one lady told me, she said, these are get her done quilts. So if you want to get her done, then you do a 3-yard quilt. This one's called Courtyard, and that one again is from this book, Fast and Fun. And we do have some of this fabric, so we'll show you that. We try to keep the quilts made up as best as possible, and because they are easy to make, we have a lot of quilts to show you. This fabric is absolutely gorgeous. I love this fabric. I knew the instant I saw this fabric, I had to have it. So here's your focus fabric, or your fabric number 1. Here's your fabric number 2. There's your cream. And there is your fabric number 3, the darker color. And those are the same fabrics that we've used in that particular quilt model that you saw. Now, this is your kit number. This is the name of the kit. The pattern that we're showing you in the quilt is only available in Fast and Fun. If you do not want to take Fast and Fun, we're recommending Easy Street. So you could use Easy Street pattern with that. Now we did pick out a backing for this one as well. So these are examples of the backings that we pick out for our different quilts. So you can see the quality, because we will pick out the fabric. If we were to run out of this, we would pick something similar in nature for you. So that one is Autumn Foliage. Okay, next. Oh wait, let's show this one. This one is Courtyard also. Courtyard made up in a different color. So I'll let you, why don't you hold the brown one and I'll hold this, and it'll just give you opportunity to see, it does change the look a little bit, but oh, so pretty. I'm just out of the red fabric. I do not have the red.
I love the red.
Yeah.
Red, beautiful.
A lot of people love the red. It went really fast. And that's something else I would encourage you. If you see one of these that you like and you want to order it, you may want to go ahead and order. We've had several kits recently that will sell out so fast that it just surprises us. But we try to have a lot of fabric for you when we make a quilt. We buy a lot of the fabric, but we do run out from time to time. This one is called Garden Path, and that one was done in a different colorway, and it was on the cover of the book. But this one, I love this one. We remade it. And stay right there, John, because I do impromptu sometimes, don't I? So I'm going to walk over to my quilt cabinet, and I'm going to get another quilt.
It's always fun to see more quilts.
Absolutely. Okay. This is the original quilt. This is from the same quilt grouping, fabric grouping, and but this was the original. So, and we sold out of this one very, very fast too. But I just remake them in new fabric using 3 1-yard cuts, and voila, you got another fun quilt. So there you have what a difference it can make just by changing your coloration. All right, so let's look at the fabric.
Let's look at that one.
What was that?
Let's look at that one.
Look at that
I thought you
one.
were fixing to put it away.
No, let's look at this one. Okay, so this is your focus fabric, your fabric number 1. And this is your number 2 fabric. Actually, I have these stacked wrong. Can I redo that?
Sure.
Okay, so here's your number 2 fabric, is your lighter color. And then you've got your dark color. How's that? The importance of your number 2 fabric is it causes your block to really show up nicely because it gives you a light background. Lighter colors fall away from the surface and darker colors kind of come towards you. So remember that when you're picking your colors. And if you don't know whether it's light, medium, or dark, just squint and you can tell the shade. I know you can buy these little gadgets that you look through, but I just use my eyes and look through those and squint. It works.
Is that always the case? Is your number 1 fabric always high contrast to your number 2, and the number 2 is usually your borders?
Number 3 is the border.
Oh,
yes.
Number 3 is typically the borders.
Yeah, so number 1 is your focus. Number 2 is your high contrast, so that it makes your blocks appear. You know, you can really see.
Okay.
Let's look at that quilt again, and I'll put that up here and show you. So if you look at this, let's hold this back up again, John. Okay, so if you look at this, see how the white is kind of falling to the background, so you can really see this design element flowing through there.
I see. That's a
Yeah.
good tip. That's good to know.
Yeah, so I use my lights like that. So whenever I'm designing something, I'll actually do it so I say, okay, what do I want to highlight? What do I want you to see? And you can see how it just kind of falls away, and you can see this as your design. So if you're picking out your own fabrics rather than buying a kit, just keep that in mind, that you have your focus fabric, and then you'll have 2 other fabrics. One will be light, one will be dark in comparison to each other. Now sometimes I'll show you kits, and I think I have one in here where I'll show you that I have patterns that have big blocks that are separated by sashing. And if I do that, it's because the 2 main fabrics are kind of competing. But if you put a sashing in between them, then they don't compete the same way. So it's a fun way to look at your fabrics. All right. Oh, in fact, I was doing that for this one. This is so here we have the Garden Path is the name of the kit. Fast and Fun is the only place that you can get the Garden Path pattern. So if you don't buy 3 and get a free book, then you can take a free pattern. And the free pattern we suggest is Tic Tac. Now if you'll look at that, is there too much shine on it?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. In this picture, these are identical fabrics of different colors. So see the little flowers in each of that in the picture. And so to really highlight this, I put them in the big blocks, and then I sashed it with the darkest color. So if you used these two, they would be in the alternating blocks, and they'd be sashed with your hot pink. So that's an example of a good pattern if you've got high volume to your prints. And the next quilt that I show you is going to be that way. Okay, now this is kind of a busy quilt, but this one is called Lickety-split. You will make this quilt so fast, you will not believe it. It is strip pieced, and it's done in sections, very big pieces, so it goes together super fast. And it's just a lot of fun to look at. Now I used some pretty busy fabrics in there, and I ran out of this black, and I could not get any more of that, but I still could get these two. So what I did is I got the paw prints in white. So we're going to we'll look at the quilt again in a minute, but I want you to see, aren't these kitties great? It's kind of like, here's the art of the personalities of the kitties.
Sure.
Okay, so we have the kitties, and then we have this great print that kind of mimics the look of the kitty prints in there. And then we've got the cream color. Now if you put those right up against each other, they look great together, but I would separate them with this. So if you were to look at this pattern over here, let's put that quilt up on the table, Fran, and we'll show you how that works. So here I have the blue and the white with the black. I couldn't get the black, but I didn't think the white would look as good here. And because you have 3 1-yard cuts, and you can put any fabric in any position, then you can choose to put the paw prints here. So I would have the white kitties here. I would put the paw prints here. And then I would put this great blue in between. So the blue would be your sashing that goes here. So you'd have the paw prints and the kitties with the sashing in the blue.
That would look fantastic.
Yeah, I think that would be really cute. And that's what's another cool thing about 3-yard quilts. You can put any of your 1-yard pieces, you can put it in any position as long as you cut everything from that position and use it as it instructs in the pattern. Now, here's another of the lickety-split. It's the same as the kitty pattern, and this one's called lickety-split. We do not have this fabric, but we thought it was a good example, and we want to show you a fun fabric with the puppy dogs. I'm sorry, it doesn't have I'm sorry, I got a tickle in my throat.
So it doesn't have the puppy dogs, but it has a really fun other character that we're going to show you. You're going to love this.
Thank you. I was trying to catch my breath, and okay. So this is the fabric that we wanted to show you. I love this fabric. It's so cute. And this one is called Lilypad Fun. Okay, I keep forgetting that I told John to stand in another section, and then I forget.
All part of the fun.
So on this one, I would use, let's talk about this. We have our 3 pieces of fabric here. This would be your focus fabric. I would use this as my second block, and I would do my sashing out of the green. And I love using sashings this way, so let me show you how it would look. Let's put this up here. Alrighty, so you would have your cute little froggies would be here. Your green sashing is going to be, I'm going to put this right here, and then you use your imagination. It's really important. You have to have imagination when you're watching this, and it would look like that. So your green little stripe, when you follow the instructions of way to cut the fabric, it will end up like that. And I think that would be so cute to have that little stripe running all the way through your sashing. It would also be on the border. So, Fran, you hold up the quilt. And we're going to pretend. So there's your sashing.
Cool.
Okay, now this particular one is called, I lost my piece of paper, Lilypad Fun. And I recommended that you use the dash pattern if you don't have the book. The pattern Lickety-split that we're showing you is only available in Fast and Fun. Or you can choose dash or any one of our other 3-yard quilts, because every time you buy 3 yards, you can make any one of my patterns.
And also, don't forget, we've got a great backing for that one.
Oh, thank you, Fran.
Yeah.
All right. See, it's great having somebody here to help me. Because otherwise, I would be through and I'd look over there and say, oh my gosh, there's the backing I was going to show. All right. So here we have our cute little bugs, and we have this great green that really brings out the froggies and the bugs for the backing. All righty. Next, again, we're showing you quilts that we don't have fabric for, but we are making suggestions. And this is another one from Fast and Fun. It's called Park Place. And we, you know, I just hit it sometimes. And this one was one I wished I had owned the fabric company. I would have made them reprint it. It's sold so fast. These awesome, colorful fish. And I couldn't get any more of those, but I think it's an adorable quilt. So we're suggesting that you just change your thinking completely here. We are going to do rhythm and blues. So here we have rhythm and blues. If you have a musician in your life, this would be perfect for them. And you could use this into your 2 squares, and this would be your sashing. So let's do a little turn over here so you can see this beautiful fabric. It kind of mimics the wood grain colors that are in your fabric, and then we pick up that teal right there. So this one is great. And we recommend, if it's in the Fast and Fun Lickety-split, if you don't do the book, then we recommend that you might do this one. It's called Bold Blocks. It has a big 10-inch block that would show off your musical instruments. And that one is called Rhythm and Blues. Oh, we got a backing. All right, here's the backing we chose for this. We thought that blended really nicely. So if you do choose the backing, it has an option. You put your kit, you select your kit, then you select either pattern or book, and you have to buy 3 kits when you get a book free. And then the next option is, I want to add backing. And when you add backing, you get 3 yards of fabric for only $26. If you want a specific pattern of fabric, sometimes you want to just go to our website and buy 3 yards of whatever the price is on that fabric, because it takes 3 yards to do a backing. And if you go to our free goodies button on our homepage, fabriccafe.com, and you click on the free goodies button, we have diagrams for you on how to cut the backings for the different sizes of quilts. We have the lap, the twin, and the king queen, and it tells you how much fabric you need. So that is Rhythm and Blues. Now the next one we have, this one's called Trellis, and this one was a really pretty Robert Kaufman fabric, and it was done with the beiges and a navy, and there was navy in the floral, and we ran out of that fabric, but we have another Robert Kaufman that we wanted to show you, and we put green with this one, and it's really I gave John that instruction that I wanted to do the fabric so y'all got better view of the fabric, and then I keep forgetting and doing it like we used to do it. Okay, so Trellis, we recommend that this would give you a very similar kind of a look. As you can see, it's got the same gold tones, but you would, instead of having the navy, you would have this green, and instead of the mottled, you'd have this pretty patterned piece here. And then this green, that would be very pretty, and it would look very similar to that. So Fast and Fun has this Trellis quilt like Fran was showing you, if you don't want to get the book, then we recommend Hopscotch. It has a similar look to it. It's not identical in any way, but gives you a little bit of a similar look. And when you do this one, you want that dark to be your border, and it'll be in a couple of the blocks here as well. And it'll give you that woven look when you do it that way. So this one is called Valley of the Kings, and it's from the Fast and Fun.
I guess we need to show that, don't we?
Yeah. We just need a little more practice. We've only done this about 100 times.
Yeah.
All right.
We need a quilt show.
This one is called, yes, this one's called Urban Chic. See, I know all of my children. I just have momentary blank spots in my brain. But this one is called Urban Chic, and I loved this pattern too. And I do have this fabric. It's a remake from the original, which we'll show you in just a minute. But here's the fabric. Oh, and a lady, oh my gosh, what did she did this fabric up in a different pattern. Oh, she did it in It's a Snap. And she sent me a picture, and it was such a cool quilt, the way that she put the fabric. So it was this exact fabric, but she used my pattern, It's a Snap. If you're watching, be sure to say, hey, it was me. But it was really a great looking quilt, the way that she put it together with the pattern called It's a Snap. And I think I have the It's a Snap in here. This is It's a Snap that she used, and it was great. Okay, so these are your beautiful botanical blues. This is what I think that, yeah, this is called botanical blues. And we laughingly say around our life that, around our house, that we wish we were more like Thomas Jefferson, because he would plant things and then he made all these detailed notes about things growing. And we plant things and then we forget what it was and we want to plant it again, but we're going, okay, we planted 4 different kinds of garlic and this one's growing the best, but we don't know which one that was. I'm too busy doing quilting. But that's what this writing is all about. They used to really carefully make notes about what they found in the wild. Can you imagine coming over to the United States back in those days and you had all these new plants? This is gorgeous. And that's called Botanical Blues. And the same quilt made with more of a down tones, I guess you could call it, kind of a taupey color. This one, I'm out of this particular fabric, but I did pick out a couple of fabrics that I thought would look great in this design. So this is the same design as the Botanical Blues. Do you want to see them side by side?
Yeah.
Okay. That would give you an opportunity to see, once again, any 3 yards of fabric look great in any 3-yard quilt. And if you'll look, you can see how the lighter color just causes your design to really pop. Okay, let's show you a couple of fabrics that would work really well with that. This one, talk about hot off the press. I got this fabric in yesterday, and I really, really like this one. And we're going to call this kit Gettysburg. The pattern that we just showed you is only available in the Fast and Fun. We do recommend the 9-patch if you don't want to do the one that we just showed you. The 9-patch individual pattern would work well. Now let's look at these great fabrics. And this would look really nice. I'm going to make that quilt because I bought this to make a quilt. And I'm going to make Urban Chic. So isn't that one great? And we call this one Gettysburg. And we have a great backing that we bought as well. So look at that backing. Isn't that cool? So it really picks up that the same kind of tonality that these have. So this will be the backing, and I have lots of this backing, so if you order that kit, you'll be able to get that backing. All right, so this one is called Gettysburg. And the alternate pattern was 9-patch. You don't have to remember these because we have the alternate patterns on the website. Now here's another one that we thought would look great in the Urban Chic, and we would use, yeah. So it would be, again, this great, this one right here. And with this one, here's your focus fabric. So this would be your focus fabric. This would be your number 2 fabric. And this would be your number 3 fabric. So that one would look really good in this. And this one's called Montrose. It's using Urban Chic. And if you want the alternate pattern, we were recommending It's a Snap. So there's our show today. Those are the fabrics that we picked out to show you. We're really excited about it. I'm especially excited about having my daughter here for a couple of days, but she lives 6 hours away, so we just get her every once in a while.
I'm so happy to be here.
We do want to just recap real quick, like if you buy 3 kits, you can get a book free, or you can pick a single pattern with each kit that you choose. And we are shipping within about 3 to 5 days. It's still taking us a little bit longer, but we get them out as fast as we can. And we really appreciate your working with us. Our website is fabriccafe.com. And if you've missed some of our videos, you can catch more of them on our YouTube channel, which is, John's going to tell me what it is, virtualquiltshowvideos.com. They laugh at me because I named it, but I can't seem to remember it. Virtual Quilt Show Videos. So visit us on YouTube as well. And you have a great day.
And we'll see you Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Do we have something cool for Thursday?
We do have
We're
something
going to
cool
keep
for
it a
Thursday.
secret,
We are
though.
going to keep it a secret.
Yeah, we got so excited because the quilter's bringing us something tomorrow. So we're excited. So we will see you Thursday at 4 o'clock Central Time.